Today, we're covering how to scrape GoFood restaurant listings at scale. GoFood is the food delivery arm of Indonesian super app Gojek, one of the largest food delivery platforms in Southeast Asia. With a dominant position in Indonesia and a growing regional presence, GoFood holds an enormous data set of restaurant information, menu items, pricing, and delivery logistics. For market researchers, F&B businesses, and data analysts focusing on the Indonesian market, GoFood data is indispensable. GoFood's data footprint is substantial. The platform has 500,000 plus restaurant partners across Indonesia, with presence in 50 plus cities, including Jakarta, Surabaya, Bandung, Medan, and Bali. It hosts millions of menu items priced in Indonesian Rupiah, real-time delivery data including driver availability and ETAs, and ratings and reviews from one of Southeast Asia's largest user bases. GoFood is deeply integrated into the Gojek super app with limited web-based access, meaning the primary data source is the Gojek mobile app and its API. Authentication is token-based and tied to app sessions. Data is delivered as JSON from RESTful and GraphQL endpoints, and location services rely on GPS-based verification. GoFood security infrastructure validates that requests originate from real mobile devices on Indonesian mobile networks. The platform checks IP origin, requiring connections from known Indonesian mobile carriers like Telkomsel, Indosat, and XL Axiata. It also evaluates network type, treating mobile data connections differently from Wi-Fi and data center connections. Device attestation looks for rooted or emulated devices, and behavioral analysis monitors API call sequences. Data research tools provides mobile proxies on Indonesian carriers, including Telkomsel, Indosat Ooredoo, and XL Axiata, giving your scraper the authentic network fingerprint GoFood expects. The environment setup involves installing the required Python libraries for HTTP requests, async operations, and database storage. The core scraper class handles session management and authentication, routing all requests through an Indonesian mobile proxy to maintain the correct network identity. GoFood restaurant discovery is entirely location dependent, so you query from coordinates within Indonesian cities. The scraper fetches restaurant lists by passing latitude and longitude coordinates along with a radius, then paginates through the results until all listings are collected. To get detailed menu data, the scraper makes a separate API call for each restaurant ID, pulling back the full list of menu categories and individual items with their prices. For large-scale data collection across multiple Indonesian cities, use asynchronous requests to run multiple API calls concurrently. This significantly reduces total scraping time when covering a broad catalog. The batch processing strategy divides target cities into chunks, processes each chunk asynchronously, and writes collected restaurant and menu data to a database. As each batch completes, collected data is stored in a relational database with separate tables for restaurants and menu items, linked by restaurant ID. Common analytical queries include price comparisons across cities, average menu item pricing by cuisine category, and identifying which restaurants offer the broadest menu variety. Indonesian Rupiah values are large numbers, with menu items typically ranging from IDR 10,000 to IDR 200,000. Store prices as integers in Rupiah to avoid floating point issues. GoFood content is primarily in Bahasa Indonesia, so ensure your scraper handles Indonesian character encoding correctly. Schedule heavy scraping during off-peak hours to minimize impact and reduce detection risk. Off-peak is 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. WYB US plus 7. Moderate traffic falls between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. WYB. The peak periods to avoid are 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. WEB. GoFood has cuisine categories specific to Indonesia, including nasi, rice dishes, mie and bakso, noodles and meatballs, ayam and bebek, chicken and duck, sat, martabak, kopi, minuman, beverages, and jajanan snacks. Understanding these categories helps you structure your data collection and analysis. GoFood occasionally updates its API structure, so build your scraper to detect endpoint changes and fall back to alternatives gracefully. Sessions also expire periodically, so implement automatic session refresh by catching authentication errors and re-authenticating before retrying the failed request. Scraping GoFood at scale requires understanding Indonesia's mobile-first digital landscape and using proxy infrastructure that matches the platform's expectations. Data research tools, mobile proxies on Indonesian carriers, provide the authentic network identity needed to collect GoFood data reliably. Start with a single city like Jakarta, build out your data pipeline, validate the quality of collected data, and then expand to additional cities. The combination of proper mobile proxy infrastructure, respectful scraping practices, and structured data storage will give you a comprehensive view of Indonesia's food delivery market. For more guides like this one, visit us at dataresearchtools.com. See you in the next one.